A wrong-way accident. News 4's Christina De Leon is live now with more on information about the deputy and the services that are being held in her honor.
There will be a couple of days to celebrate the life and legacy of Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Meredith Portillo. Now, you may remember the 20-year-old Portillo was killed back on July 21st after the car she was riding was hit by a wrong-way driver. She was off duty at the time with friends in a Mustang along I-37 when this tragic accident happened. The driver of the truck who hit them also died. Now today there is going to be a public viewing for Deputy Portillo over at Mission Park Funeral Home South, located at 1700 Southeast Military Drive. That's going to be from 4 to 8 p.m. And also tonight a rosary is going to be held at the chapel at 6:30 p.m. And then tomorrow, memorial services will be held in the Stone Oak area at Cornerstone Church so everyone can pay their final respects. Those begin at 10 a.m. I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
New details on what started out as a disturbance with a gun and ended with at least one person now in custody. San Antonio police ended up in two locations, including an apartment complex and nearby hotel on the city's northwest side. This started last night at about 5:30 at the apartments off Bridlewood, where someone was threatening others with a gun. Later, officers were called to a different place, a hotel, and found a suspect hiding under some stairs. Today, investigators told us that one person has now been taken into custody and is facing charges.
Well, 1,000-year storm. That's how some are describing Hurricane Debbie, which hit Florida this morning and is expected to dump anywhere between 20 and 30 inches of rain on the area. NBC's Marissa Parra is in Florida with more.
I'm Marissa Parra in Steinhatchee, Florida, where Hurricane Debbie made her landfall earlier this morning. And what Hurricane Debbie lacks in wind strength, she makes up for in rainfall. This is the #1 threat that this hurricane poses because it is a slow-moving storm system. We're right next to the Steinhatchee River, and this is something that we are keeping a close eye on. In fact, we're going to have to evacuate very soon because these levels have risen so fast and so much that even this dock behind me that you used to be able to walk on earlier this morning, no longer walkable. It is several feet underwater. And so we're keeping a close eye on that, as are many coastal communities and many communities in Debbie's path. Not just here in the Big Bend part of Florida, but further north. We're expecting record, potentially historic rainfall totals in places like Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina. And so we talked about whether it's flood risks or storm surges. Those are the things that we are keeping the closest eye on, but those aren't the only threats. There's increased tornado risks and, of course, power outages, which may not seem like a big deal at the moment. We are among those without power, but think about once this storm moves out of here, we are still in Florida summer. That heat is going to creep back up. So all of these things, crews on standby at the ready to have to do either evacuations if that's necessary, depending on how high this water gets, or restoring that power. But we will be here through all of it.
Now you're certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
Looks a little different outside our window, but that storm brought a lot of rain to the Florida region. Jeanette?
Yes, it already has dumped quite a bit of rainfall. And check this out. The rain is still dropping in buckets. I mean, some areas anywhere from northern Florida right up the Carolina coastline could easily pick up feet of rainfall. You heard the reporter mention major to potentially historic flooding possible across that region. It is now a tropical storm. It has weakened to a tropical storm. Movement to the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour. Winds at 70 miles an hour. That's at the center of the storm, and those are maximum sustained winds. There are wind gusts that are even higher than that. And because that slow track to the northeast will continue, it's not going to move very fast. It's going to move slowly. That's why there is that potential for flooding. There are flash flood warnings already near the center of the storm over north central Florida, and tornado watch continues for areas of northern Florida, even down towards the Tampa region. Of course, yes, a different look here. It's all about the heat locally. Live look outside. Raul B. Rodriguez low weather camera. 91 degrees, mostly sunny. It feels like it's 97 with the humidity. The heat dome is coming back. Expect high temperatures to rise even more through this week. Talking triple-digit heat each day this week. We'll check out just how hot it's going to get in your zone coming up.
All right, Jeanette, thank you. A local man is questioning the city of San Antonio's process for handling stray dogs after he says a recent experience left him speechless. Joe Henry Campos was getting his car washed when a Stray dog just wandered into his truck. He figured he would help the city out by driving it to ACS. When he got there, they did find a microchip and were able to call the dog's owners, but what employees said next left him stunned.
Called the number twice, said nobody answered, and they told me to go take him back to where I found him. What do I do with this dog? If I leave him here, can I just leave him here? They said that I would get fined $2,000.
He says an employee did end up holding on to the dog. ACS tells us in a statement that they do appreciate him trying to help, especially when kennels are full. The dog has now been reunited with his family. Compost is still calling for change, though, saying it's their job to accept lost and found animals.
Well, if you haven't done your back-to-school shopping yet, got to get on that. Now is the time. So according to National Retail Federation, more than 55% of American families started last month. We're spending, they say, on average about $900 in back-to-school shopping this year. That's the second highest amount ever. Total amount spent could reach about $39 billion this year.
And if you still need school supplies, this weekend may be a good time. We are heading into tax-free weekend coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It might help you pick up some clothing, footwear, backpacks, and school supplies for the kids. Another silver and bronze in women's gymnastics this morning in Paris. Find out how Team USA is doing today with the latest updated medal count after the break.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
Hi guys, well I have found the best way to keep my food and drinks cold all day long. These are the best ultra compact coolers. They're insulated, leak proof, they're light and durable, and ideal for any outdoor activity that you might be enjoying. So there's 5 different choices that you have. One of my favorites is this 360. Notice how the wheels, all 4 of them, move in 360 degrees. You've got pockets that are hidden for your beverages. And even at the top, you've got this nice elastic strip. Maybe you're wanting to put an extra pair of shoes or a beach towel in there. Another one of my favorites is the backpack. Believe it or not, you guys, this backpack can hold 24 cans. But best thing, I'm hands-free. So now I can go out with the kids, whether it's a field trip, hiking, or a sporting event, and I don't have to worry about not being able to hold someone's hands. And last but not least, this trolley dolly. This is great because yes, you can use this for your beverages, but take this off and you've got a working dolly. And right now we're offering up to 41% off on the best coolers. So head to asadeals.com for this hot exclusive offer.
It is the race that everybody was waiting to see, and now it's the race that everybody is still talking about. The men's 100 meter at the Olympics turned out to be the very definition of a photo finish. So this is Jamaica's Kinshane Thomas. He is at the top wearing the orange shoes there. His foot actually crossed the line first. Middle of the pack, really near the end of it, to win the race by 0.05 of a second. That's quicker than blinking your eye. Lyles now holds the title as fastest man on the planet. It's the first time the U.S. has won gold in the event since 2004. Right now we're fighting to figure out if we're going to end up winning more golds than any other country. We do maintain our overall lead when it comes to the medal count. So you can see there we have 19 gold, 29 silver, 27 bronze. China has once again taken the lead when it comes to gold. So they have 21 to our 19. But again, we have 75 overall medals. China, France, Australia, and Great Britain round out the top 5 when it comes to overall medals.
I think track and field's going to get the job done before the Olympics is over. Turns out Adele is a big Olympics fan, so much so she paused her own concert to watch the games. It happened Saturday at a show in Munich where she and fans watched the women's 100-meter final on a giant screen. In the video, it was announced that Julian Alfred of St. Lucia won first place. The singer went on to praise U.S. gymnast Simone Biles for her gold win in gymnastics, saying, quote, "She was absolutely brilliant."
Sibling rivalry is nothing new, but what happens when that rivalry takes place on the Olympic stage? Nagiako Funayama meets the families here in Team USA Watch.
If you have siblings, you love intensely, you fight intensely, you compete intensely. And you're one another's biggest cheerleader. Now imagine sharing the biggest stage in your sport with your built-in best buddy.
If I want to go to lunch, if I want to go to dinner, I text them, "You want to go?" Most of the time it's, yeah, sure.
The bond with a family member is way stronger than a teammate, so I think, yeah, I obviously consider him a best friend for life.
The Dobb brothers grew up in California, with 21-year-old Chase picking up water polo first and Ryder following in his footsteps. The pair so close, their grandmother says they go together like peanut butter and jelly.
I like jelly.
Sweet peanut butter. You don't have that certain type of relationship with anyone else. Sometimes it brings tears to your eyes and stuff like that. It's just, there's no words to describe it.
In the water, there's a special shorthand, a competitive edge.
Ryder knows what I'm going to do before I know what I'm going to do, and I know what Ryder's going to do before he knows what he's going to do.
Team USA has 6 pairs of siblings who share a sport. On the court, twins and badminton partners Annie and Carrie Shue. Juliet and Isabella Whitaker at track. In the pool, the Walsh sisters, Gretchen and Alex, along with teammates Aaron and Alex Shackle. And on the field hockey pitch, Brooke and Emma DeBurdine. The sisters started the game together, played together in high school and again in college, with Emma following Brooke to the University of Maryland. When it came time to find out if they made the Olympic team,
we actually decided not to look at the list together. Wanted to respect if one of us made it and one of us didn't make it. Fortunately, we had the great end of it and we both were named to the rosters. That was a really special moment.
They are each other's support system, especially here.
I went up to her the other day, I was like, this is very overwhelming. It's just nice having your sister here to like talk you down a little bit and just helps you relax a lot.
No matter how heated the competition is on or off the field, family always comes first.
We are just teammates, so that's also special too, to have that kind of balance of being there for each other, but then also pushing each other as teammates.
It's really a family affair here in Paris.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Caillet.
Well, it's been pretty exciting. I mean, we still got almost a week to go in the Olympics, right? But even this morning, we saw Simone Biles win a silver medal. I mean, it was close, but she almost got the gold. She won the silver. And then we saw Jordan Childs win her first bronze. So it's been good stuff.
Go nice. Team USA.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exciting. Still a few days to go and more excitement to come. Let's talk about what's going on in weather. There is a disturbance, which, by the way, could be moving towards the western Gulf of Mexico in the coming days. I'll talk about that coming up. But this is the one that we're talking about, that everyone is really talking about. It's a tropical system that made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane early this morning, right around the Big Bend area of Florida. Movement with the storm right now to the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour. That's not very fast. It is a tropical storm. It's over land, so it has weakened to a tropical storm. Regardless, it's dumping heavy rainfall over north central Florida right now and southern Georgia. We're seeing a tornado watch that continues from Jacksonville down towards Tampa. There are flash flood warnings near the center of the storm, especially there over north central Florida. The rain is extending into South Carolina and some of the outer rain bands as far north as North Carolina. Some areas have already picked up close to a foot of rain and several more inches of rain expected. In fact, some areas right up into Georgia could pick up feet of rainfall over the next couple of days. Here's a forecast track. By tonight, it's going to be right around there, 7 p.m. tonight. Then it looks like it's going to move offshore, maintaining tropical storm strength, and then kind of looping back around towards the Carolinas. That would be another landfall that should happen by Thursday in the morning. Now you see why Heavy rain and major flooding is expected across the southeast coast because that storm is not going to move very fast. Elsewhere in the tropics, here is a tropical wave getting closer to the Windward Islands. It's going to be moving across the Caribbean throughout the week this week. 10 to 30% chance of tropical development, and that's the development zone. Notice that takes it into the southwest Gulf of Mexico, so we'll have to watch to see if that comes anywhere near Texas. That one definitely coming closer than what Debbie did. Of course, that stayed to the east. Temperatures right now, 80s and 90s. It's all about the heat this week. It was pretty warm this morning at this noon hour, seeing lots of spots in the 90s, 91 in San Antonio, hottest in Carrizo Springs at 96. Highs will climb above the normal, upper 90s here near 100. There will be a few spots across the south and along the border that will get to 100 degrees or greater. Upper level ridge to the northwest is what's going to help to continue to keep Debbie off towards the east. This heat dome is coming back. It's going to set up west of Texas, and that's going to be pulling in some desert hot air. No real high heat index temperatures. For the most part, we may stay below heat advisory criteria because I think with the heat that we'll have this week is more of a dry heat, but we'll watch that. Some lucky spots saw some rain over the weekend, especially out west yesterday. Today, looking a lot drier. Any cloud cover from this morning continues to clear out. We're seeing rain farther north. Aside from Debbie, rain is coming down across the Dakotas, Minnesota. That's moving towards the Great Lakes, eventually towards the northeast. Here's a forecast for the rest of the day. We'll see partly to mostly sunny skies. Some areas more sun than others. We'll get up to about 98, 99. Heat index up to 104. Mostly clear and warm this evening. After sunset, we'll see temperatures dropping into the 80s. In the western zone, mostly sunny and hot. In the hill country, heat index near 100. Heat index temperatures over 103 or 104 in the eastern zone. Hot sunshine Tuesday through Thursday. 102 is what I'm forecasting for Thursday. Normal is 97, and we'll keep that trend going right on into the weekend. Just a very small rain chance this afternoon, including Friday and this weekend. And then next weekend, slightly higher chance of rain. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. That's a look at your 4 zones.
Get ready for the triple digits. Jeanette, thank you. The Olympics weren't the only show-stopping sport going on this weekend in Pacifica, the World Dog Surfing Championships. The competitors were judged on both style and skill, but for most, it's less about winning and more about having a little fun.
For me, it's not competition. For me, it's just watching all the dogs surf.
And they managed to stay on the surfboards.
I thought that was like made up stuff, like the water skiing squirrel and all that.
I guess it actually happens.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, people need hobbies.
It made its way into our newscast. That's awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us for this digital edition of our News at Noon.
Go Team USA. We'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early at 4:30.